Hello, Jared. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you great.
Great. Awesome to have you here in this call. Appreciate having you here.
Yeah, happy to be here. And just so I say your name correctly, how do you pronounce your name?
As you can see, it's Ziad.
Ziad. Okay.
Is it, you are Jared, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
Great, Jared. Jared, you showed interest in raising capital for your own hedge fund. I think maybe the best way to start this call with is just to give me a better background on you and on what you have already done so far. And before the end of the call, if there is any potential collaboration, so I will make sure to share the next few steps from there.
Okay, sounds good. And where are you located, by the way?
It's Sweden and Dubai. What about you?
Yeah, I love. I'm in Utah in the U.S. But I lived in Europe for like a year many years ago, and I dated a Swedish girl and spent a lot of time in Sweden, and it's beautiful.
Where in Sweden? Where in Sweden? Where have you been in Sweden?
I've been all over the country. I was in Stockholm for most of it, but I've been to all the little outside spots. I'm trying to think of all the names now. It's been like 20 years, but I loved it. Sweden was really beautiful.
It is. How old are you, by the way?
45.
45. I saw it. You was younger than that, actually.
Thank you. I'll take it. I feel old, so that's great.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it. You was like in your own 30s.
I appreciate it because I'm feeling old, but the white hair is coming in a little bit. But it's all right.
As long as the fire inside your own heart, so you are young, correct?
That's right. That's correct. Oh, very good. Well, yeah. So a little bit about what we do. So I've been involved in just private funds forever. I branched out like 4 years ago, partnered with a few guys. I've kind of always just done it myself, right? I've been my own, I've had my clients that have come along with me for all the years. I partnered with a few guys 3 or 4 years ago to grow the fund and grow some of our kind of investment business. And so the fund's been kind of officially running for about 3 years. It's all stocks, equities, options, and we're branching into kind of the quant side of things. So I hired a couple of quants a couple of years ago, and we've been developing some quantitative strategies. But for now, it's just me and my discretionary trading. With the focus on just value investing, which I know is a pretty popular overused phrase these days, but that's where we focus most of our time and energy, and we're slowly transitioning into more of a quant fund. What else? What else have we been doing?
What the performance that you have already generated for the last 3 months?
What is say that again?
Yeah, the performance that you have already generated for the last 3 months. What it was it?
What have I been bullish in the last 3 months?
I mean the performance. You have your own hedge fund, correct? I mean the returns that you have already generated for the last 3 months. How much it was?
What have our last 3 months been? The last 3 months have been. I'd have to. Year to date, we're about like 8%, and the last 3 months were pretty much that. So, we had a good kind of first part of the year. Obviously April took us down, and then we made that back, and then some. So the last 3 months. Well, actually, last 3 months was a lot more than 8%, but it put us at 8% year to date. So last 3 months then probably 12 or 13%.
Okay, understood. And how many clients do you have today?
We have probably 12 or 13 LPs in the fund right now.
12 to 13 LPs in the fund, and you are measuring 3 million currently, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
You said before that you have already been at 8 million in the all-time high. Then what it has already been?
Say that part again.
Sure. So you said before that you have already been at 8 million before, correct?
Yeah. Yep. Correct.
Then what it happened?
That was we kind of partnered with somebody that brought their clients in, and so they brought in about 4 million probably worth of client money, and then they kind of went and did their own thing after about a year and a half. So that kind of they brought their money and then they took their money, but returns
Okay.
were good all that time. So it wasn't clients got upset or unhappy with performance. It's just they were attached to a person. So
Okay. So, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's fine, I guess. It was actually a friend of mine that brought, he said he had like 10 million. He really had 4 million, came in, it wasn't a good fit for us. And so we ended up having to let him go. And so he took all his clients with him, but it was fine. I mean, I kind of like uh, not having too many people involved in the fund that don't kind of share I guess, our vision.
Understood. And right now you said that you have already partnered with others guys, and right now you are looking actually to get back to the hedge fund all in. So what it has already happened? Is it like the partnership is not valid anymore, or is it like you just want to focus on your own thing?
Yeah, so I just want to focus to on the hedge fund. Everything's good with the partners. It took me a little bit to realize why hedge funds typically focus on one thing. And so, we started an investing company and we do private equity, we do real estate, and then stock market, hedge fund stuff. And so what ends up happening is we brought in a lot of investors, we brought in a lot of money, but the money has to go to the place where it's most urgent, right? And our real estate is very expensive to build and to develop. And so, it's just gotten to a point where every investor that comes in has to go into the real estate. If we didn't have these real estate projects, the hedge fund would probably have, 40 or 50 million in it, but we've had to move that 40 or 50 million to our real estate project and not let them participate in the hedge fund. And so that's kind of why I'm just ready to, the hedge fund's more profitable than anything we've ever done. And, and so I just want to, make that focus on the hedge fund and not on real estate or anything else. So that's kind of why I'm
Got
branching.
it. What the fee structures that you currently have in the hedge fund?
2 and 20.
2 and 20. Okay, and you showed interest on raising capital. I mean, what are you looking to scale up the hedge fund to?
Um, I think in our current structure, with the people that work for me and so on, I think we would I don't think we need to make any changes till about 50 million. So 50 million is kind of my first spot before I need to start making more hires. So that's kind of my first goal. And then after that, 100 million is the next goal. And then obviously we have to do some regulatory changes with the SEC at that point, and do some new hires. So I'm kind of doing 50, 100, and then beyond that, um, just continue growing.
Understood. And right now, how many team members do you have? Is it like only you, or is it like you have others in the fund?
So it's me, my partner who will be, who's partnering with me. He's my current partner now, but he and I are branching out the hedge fund. And he's an attorney, he's a securities attorney, so he'll be compliant. And then I have two quantitative analysts, and I have, our investor relations person, and then we've got a COO that's coming with me as well. So there'll be about 6 of us.
Okay, understood. And as you have already mentioned right here, you are looking to scale up to 50 million as a first spot, then from there to 100 million. And then where are you looking to take the fund to? The fund to, I mean, the finalized goal. Do you have any what the max capacity for the strategy, by the way?
What can my strategy handle?
Exactly, the max capacity. Yes.
Um, I mean, the strategy is completely scalable. So there's no I don't think we have a maximum capacity at this point. I mean, maybe there's a maximum number, but we with this strategy we could handle $1 billion, I think, fairly easily.
1 billion, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
I mean, I've managed large amounts in the past with a similar strategy. It's a lot of equity, so that's easy to tie up large amounts of money. And then with our quantitative strategies, those are all equity based as well. They're not options. They're not short term trade. Anything. So they're strategies that can handle large amounts of volume. Nothing. I don't do any short term holds. I don't do any day trading. I don't do anything like that. So these are all kind of 1 to they're probably like 2 week to 6 month hold, mostly in equities, with some options involved. So we can handle a large amount of money. We trade large cap stock with a kind of very specific strategy, and so yeah, we're okay with a lot more money.
Got it. And have you already seen anyone in your own field in the same sector as you are who has already scaled up their own fund to over 10, 20 million for the last 3 previous years?
Have I seen anybody scale?
Exactly. In the same field, in the same sector as you are today. I mean, in the same strategy or the same concept, have you seen anyone who has already scaled their own fund to over 10 million, 20 million for the last previous years?
Yeah, I mean, I know a few fund managers that have smaller funds that have scaled up to kind of the 20 to 45 million space. Weirdly, I have a lot of friends in debt funds that have all scaled. Everyone loves debt and everybody loves credit, and they've all scaled up to 3, 4, 500 million. But as far as just a long short equities fund like myself, I know a few that have crossed the 30-40 million dollar mark in the last few years.
Okay. And so what are the difference between you and them from what you can see?
That's a good question. Probably the biggest difference is the few that I know have been big networkers. They're out there a lot. They really push their brand and talk to everybody. Really do major networking, which probably I'm not doing a great job at. But yeah, I'd say that's the biggest difference.
Understood. So how much do you think that they are making in revenue right now if they are at 30 million or 40 million in the asset management?
Like, how much are they making personally?
Yeah, I mean, how much do you think that they are making in revenue? Do you know how much they are making? Is it 220 or is it they have other structures?
Oh yeah. They're yep. The couple of funds I'm talking about are 2 and 20. Yep.
2 and 20. So if they are managing 30 million, so they would make how much they would make if they are managing 30 million?
So one of the funds is crazy volatile. They have huge gains and they have pretty big drawdowns. I think at the end of the day, they're I think everyone's kind of in that 10 to 20% a year kind of range that I'm talking about. So if you make 10% on 30 million with a 20% take, they're making 600,000, 600,000 a year, and they're all kind of small shops, right?
600,000, 600,000.
600,000, personally for the manager.
I mean, you mean net.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about you? How much are you making right now net from the 3 million fund that you're currently managing?
Let's see, on this fund last year, I have to double check on that. I think it made overall 200,000, something in that state.
200,000. So it's almost like 400K between you and the others funds.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, great for them. I think that's great.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I need to grow the fund, so I'm excited to focus a little more. I mean, part of the issue is I've been heavily involved in other business activities not related to the fund, which is again why I'm kind of branching the fund off and not doing the rest of the stuff, not doing any more real estate or anything. But it's taken a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, and it's taken a lot away from the hedge fund. I probably get to spend 2 hours a day working on the hedge fund related stuff. But, the other 8 or 10 hours a day, I'm doing real estate related things and so on. So yeah, I'm not mad about what's happened with the fund, but it's a profitable thing. I've done well with it as far as returns for clients. And I'm just ready to focus more time and energy on it. I just haven't been able to give it the time that it's needed for the last little while.
Understood. So you're thinking right now that, all right, now is the time to actually start to scale up the fund. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yep.
Is it like you're thinking more about to have like your own thing right now, along away from your own partners that you had business with for the last couple of previous years?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So is it like you had no partnership with them, or is it like it didn't went as you have already planned it?
Yeah. So I'll be taking. I mean, I've got 3 business partners. I'll be taking one of the partners, and we'll be doing the hedge fund full time. And we're kind of closing the rest of our business up. And the other partners will go do something else. Yeah.
Exactly. So is it like you had an issue with them, or is it like it didn't work out? I mean, what it
No.
happened exactly?
Yeah. No issue. I think um, we took on some big projects, some big commitments. It was more work, more time, more money than everybody was anticipating. And so, I had to get heavily involved in that, right, to help keep it running because, I have my own money on the line with those other projects as well. Um, and, all the while I'm able to dedicate maybe 10 or 20% of my time to the hedge fund. The hedge fund's the most profitable thing. It's small, but it's profitable. Everything else, we're putting money into. And so, at that point, I just said, we need to all do what we're good at. And I'm a fund manager. I'm not a real estate guy. I'm not a private equity guy. I manage hedge funds. So that's what I do. And so I'm going to go do that. And my other partner wants to keep doing real estate. He's going to keep doing real estate, and that's great. So everyone's still friends. Everything's good. We're just kind of we took on too many focuses in one company, and we need to kind of break that up so that there can be a heavy focus on real estate and somebody can run that completely, a heavy focus on hedge fund. So we're just kind of dividing everything up on good terms.
Understood.
Yeah.
So is it like it was not like your own main thing? It's not like your own thing when you have already tried to do it. It's more about, all right, running a hedge fund, being like more to your own, and like have have more profit from your own hedge fund for the long term. It will be more like it will make more sense for your own lifestyle, maybe.
Exactly. Yep.
Are
Yep.
are you married? Are you married today?
Yes, I'm married and I have 4 kids.
4 kids, and for the last previous years, you had enough time with them or less time with them?
Um, I I think I had a decent amount of time with them. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not trying to work less, and I don't think I work excessively too much. I'm a come home at like 5 o'clock kind of day, kind of guy, right? In the time zone I'm in, the stock market closes at 2 p.m. I continue working with my quants and kind of managing the rest of everything for a few hours, and then I go home. I feel good about the time I have. I definitely would like to make a little more money, and that's why I'm, getting away from the broad focus and kind of bringing it into a more specific focus.
Got it. So if you will focus right now on your own hedge fund, would you have more time with your own family maybe?
Yeah, I mean, probably. And again, time is okay. Money, I would be, that's part of the reason is I want to have, I can make a lot more money doing my own hedge fund than I can kind of being divided on all this stuff. And so I feel decent about my time. I just, tend to make a little more money with
Mm,
what I already, know how to do.
got it. And if you will get to 50 million, how much you would make in net?
If I got 50 million,
Exactly, in the asset management, how much you would make in the net from your own structure?
I mean, I think I could, that would we would stay with the 2 and 20, maybe be a little negotiable on that. But I think, I think that should be able to at least make me $1 million a year with, after everything. Given kind of my track record and how I trade and what I can do, I think I should be able to clear $1 million, a year on that, probably at least.
Got it. $1 million. Would that actually help your own fund to grow, or would that actually help you personally in some way, in somehow?
Yeah, I mean, $1 million would definitely help things personally, and that would help the fund grow. I mean, I don't think I would take and keep the whole $1 million. I would reinvest half of it into the fund and probably a chunk of the remaining amount, and just continue to grow the business, marketing, and so on.
And for you personally or for your own family, I mean, would that actually help you to have more revenue or to have more income? Would that change anything regarding to your own life?
Well, these are all good questions. It would, I mean, what would $1 million do for me? It would probably reduce my stress levels a little bit, but I mean, my life's pretty good. I don't have a difficult life. So, we're living okay. Maybe I would take a few more vacations. I have a nice house. I have everything I need. So I'm not suffering in any way. So I'm not super motivated by the money itself. I really want to make, I've been in this industry, in this business for like 25 years, and I want to make a big company. I mean, the money motivates me, but if I make $1 million a year versus, $300,000 a year right now, that'll be fine. That'll be good. I'm definitely much more interested in getting to, $1 billion plus under management, making, 20, 30, 40 million a year myself. That motivates me. $1 million is nice, but it's not really going to change.
Exactly. And to get to 1 billion, what do you think that you need to do from your own constitution?
To get to $1 billion, I mean, I've kind of got my structure in mind as far as how I will structure the fund and the hires I need to make, the new people I need to bring on as I get to that stage. So, to get to $1 billion, I'm hoping that the fund growth will help fund the company growth, right? Because, I have the hires I know I need to make, the people I need to bring on, the talent I need to bring, the upgrading office space and, all that stuff. So I've kind of got that in mind. I don't know. I mean, I kind of plan on growing with the fund. I don't, I'm not much of a guy to grow and then hope things follow and catch up with me. So is that what you're asking?
Yeah, exactly. That was the answer. But the main question right here, I mean, for the last previous years, you were not like fully committed for your own hedge fund. Would you agree on that?
That I wasn't fully committed?
For your own hedge fund for the last 3 previous years, would you agree on that, or what do you think?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yeah, I was too divided on too many things, and so I love the hedge fund, and it's it's the only thing I'm really actually passionate about. But yeah, I was not dedicated to it. I was committed to some degree, but I couldn't give it the attention it needed.